Hey there guys, welcome to the Musings of Maverick channel. I'm your host Maverick, and today we are hopefully going to be starting a new series, and that is Engage Kiss. So just for anybody who's new here, I'd like to give a quick intro to my channel. I'll typically stylize all my videos into 3 different parts, which I have an intro or a recap at the beginning, which I'm doing right now. In the middle will be my blind reaction section, and then finally I will follow it up with what I call my musings section, which is where I do a more like review-oriented, discussion-oriented kind of talk in regards to the episode, the work at hand, any references, or and potentially some theories of mine, theory crafting, and that kind of stuff, how the series would go. I do find that to be very enjoyable to try and guess how exactly things are going to go from here on out. And especially with this one being an original work, that makes it even more better because you can't be spoiled. But anyways, they'll all be timed down below, so you can just jump to whichever part that you want. Alright, now with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about this work, right? Because honestly, I wasn't really planning to watch this one, and in fact, I'm still not entirely sure if I'm going to be watching this one, but what really caught my eye, or piqued my interest, is the fact that, you know, when I looked at it initially, like going for the synopsis and going for the genre tags, okay, it's supposed to be a rom-com, right? Okay, we'll leave it at that, and it's a modern-day setting rom-com, you know, those are a dime a dozen. I'm not, you know, that's not really gonna do it for me. But then it seemed that they actually have some action adventure stuff, fantasy stuff in there as well. And so, you know, like I said, I'm intrigued, right? Maybe this is not going to be all that good. If judging by the trailers, the way that the girls gain their powers and whatnot, I mean, we've seen this concept done before, right? But I'm gonna go into it with an open mind and just take a check, right? It is being done by A1 Studios, a very reputable studio, of course, but then again, because this is an original, what really matters is how exactly the script is going to go. You know, this, as an original material, you do have to take some take a leap of faith, even if this is a big studio, right? And speaking of which, well, let's just get into what I like to call the basics of this anime, right? Which is, you know, beyond the production studio, like its directors, the seiyus, and whatnot. In terms of seiyus, you know, one of the mains is Lin, and one of it is Saito Soma, so both seiyu that I like. One of my favorites, Kisara, is apparently in this one as well. I did not know that. That did not play a decision into my watching this, but hey, it's good to know, right? It's good to know. I do really support her. And then, of course, we get into the directors, and most specifically, the script. Like, who is writing this script? As an original work, who is the one behind this? So let's go for that first, right? Because it's actually quite a familiar name. It's Maruto Sensei. Maruto Sensei is the one who came up with Cyanide Heroine. I'm not quite sure like what's it called in English, but I mean it's a long running like rom-com series as well, which again the end was kind of preordained. That's one of my pet peeves actually, when you do those kind of harem rom-coms where you try to make it seem like there are different routes, but really the end route was already decided from the very beginning. But in any case, that was certainly a series that caught a lot of people's attention, and especially the emotional scenes, I believe, are pretty well praised, all things considered. But now Maruto Sensei is going to be doing not just a rom-com, but apparently an action work as well. Is this going to work or not? I don't know. We're about to find out together, right? The director, Tanaka-san, I haven't really seen any of his works, whilst the sound director, Takadera-san, he's done Eurocamp. He's also doing Shikimori for this season. No, he actually likes to reuse a lot of his background music and whatnot. So we might be hearing some similar things during the peaceful times within this anime. He did Selector Project as well, so I have faith in his music choice and his sound directing abilities. And so yeah, with that in mind, you know, still, there's nothing particularly that's standing out to me beyond the fact that Maruto Sensei is doing the script, and even then, that's not exactly a plus or a minus. We're just gonna have to see, right? And so, without further ado, let's just get into the episode. Alright guys, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Mm-hmm. Starting with the girl, eh? I know this is one of the heroines, right? One of the main heroines. Listen to the background music. Like, remember what I said about Takadara-san being the sound director? You know, the peaceful kind of background music. This is where he excels at. No power? A loser and a demon and a man and a woman. What the hell? Oh, this is the other main. And this is the main guy, right? By the way, when I first looked at him, I thought he reminded me a lot of Naofumi from Shield Hero. with the green and that hairstyle. Okay, although the way that he speaks and whatnot, and his tone and manner, I'm already liking him a lot more. This is, I believe, reading for the synopsis, this is supposed to be his ex, right? Huh. Also his former boss as well? Eh. So it's clear that his ex still has feelings for him. I wonder how they broke up, though. Like, I mean, we can clearly see that this Shuu guy is trying to go off and do his own thing, right? But was it because of that they broke off their relationship, or? A yandere? Oh, but he was actually out being fed by his ex. What exactly is your relationship with him, though? Oh. I think the voice actress for this girl is kind of like a newbie in the scene. I haven't really heard of her before. You know, considering what you ate earlier, I think it would be nice to eat this. You gotta eat your greens. You gotta get your veggies in. How exactly did you guys meet? Oh. Oh, wait. Are you guys actually in a relationship? I don't think. Oh, definitely a yandere type character, right? But actually, I don't really know, right? I've only read the synopsis about this. A high schooler paying for the bills? Dude. This dude. Oh my god. Wait, you're living here as well? What the hell? What the hell is this? Oh wait, they are in a relationship, alright? What is your work, though? What? What the hell exactly am I watching right now? Well, they did mention something about like a the synopsis. I did remember something about like a summer island or something. And what? I'm quite confused. Like, is this reality or is this like a game world or something? What the actual hell is going on? Why the hell was this tagged as rom-com? Alright, so since it was an anti-demon, like, kind of bureau, this is obviously supposed to be like be a demon, eh? Oh, it's got an AT field? D hazard. A demon hazard? Um, I guess not really an end field. It was just his glass, kind of like glass body. Sela, sea cloud. So I'm guessing. So there's demons in this world, and apparently there's like various different offices, different companies taking care of this. Not like one central organization or agency. No, they bid on the job. Okay. So basically the lowest bidder would be the one who could who will be able to get the job, right? I guess this is yeah, this is kind of like this is actually kind of how the government does things as well, right? When they give Yeah, but if you can't fulfill the contract though, typically you will have like repercussions. At least that's how it goes with government grants. And typically you will have to pay like a guarantee as well up front. I guess he's sort of like crashing the market rate like this. Isn't that nearly everything? Ah, so she's the mother of that girl earlier on. Yeah. Damn, he was actually dating like someone really like she's probably like she's essentially like an Ojo-sama character, I feel. Okay. I guess he's supposed to be like previously like sort of like their star operative or something. Otherwise, I'm sure that they wouldn't have put so much, so much trust in this guy. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's like just looking at the personnel costs, like the amount of resources they put into this is way more than that Shuu dude. Like, even the ammunition fees and whatnot. I feel like that's way over what he bid for. If you're thinking about things like that, actually that 100,000, 120,000 bid was actually quite... That was actually not that far off the mark. Wait, so there's no like special abilities or whatnot? They're just... Nope. It's the girl. And so what is this girl? Is she supposed to be like a demon as well, but turned to the human side or something? Or at least have demonic powers? Okay, the kiss is supposed to be like a kiss, right? The ritual is supposed to be a kiss, I think. So that's why Ayano broke up with him? Okay, what was the last... Let's see, what was the last anime I watched that had like a power-up for kissing? I mean, there's been plenty of those kind of works, but anyways. Huh. Yeah, she's a demon, alright. Half demon, maybe? I mean, since she only has one wing, I'm going to assume that her powers are either sealed or she's a half demon. Not bad animation, to be honest. So it's the current girlfriend versus the ex-girlfriend, eh? So what exactly is your role in all this? You just have to kiss the girl, that's it? This is kind of... Okay, I think... This is so ridiculous. They're batting each other, but at the same time getting rid of all the others. Yeah, they're all like, what the F is this? I mean, they haven't really took out the demon yet, right? Contract, eh? It's the thought that count? Yeah, it's the thought that count. Leave to get it. Oh. What? I mean, the animation is not bad at all, to be honest. Huh, okay, so there is some special magical power in this. Although whether that's from Shuu or from the gun, that's debatable. Oh, they brought the whole thing down, so that means their contract is voided. They're not gonna get paid, aren't they? Yeah, the damage to this has to be like way more than $30,000. I guess she's an S class? No, A class. I guess they don't have the S class rating here. Alright. I'm kind of intrigued, I guess. I will see you guys after this. Well, alright guys, that was definitely intriguing, right? So, I think at the end of this, you know, I do like how they managed to try and portray Kisara as basically a just a normal schoolgirl until the very end. Like, for me, I actually thought that this was going to be, like, her being just a normal schoolgirl and then getting wrapped up into the events and whatnot, but as it turns out, she was a demon all along, and is just for some reason, has taken a liking to Shuu, and so has decided to work together with him to go against all the other demons, right? Now, with that being said, though, there's definitely some things about her background, right? The fact that she only has like half of a demon wing and whatnot definitely leads me to believe that either her powers have been somewhat sealed, or she's maybe like some sort of a human demon hybrid or something of that sort, like a half demon, and so that's why she's able to to stay in this contract with Shuu, basically, and go along and do things with him. And I guess this is probably also why Ayano and Shuu broke up. Like, probably from Ayano's side, like, they are demon slayers after all. They are demon hunters, so they're supposed to remove all the demons. And so I guess maybe the fact that Shuu decided to branch off and work together with Kisara kind of tweaks some people, question mark? I'm not entirely sure about that. Like, this is entirely just my thinking here. But then again, like I said, this is an original, right? And this is what I like to do during this section. I like to go through the events one by one and take a look at it. Beyond that, I mean, we can clearly see by the end here. So this is a world where demons exist. They exist out of nowhere, and they are a menace, right? And so apparently, instead of like many other works where the government forms like a central agency or whatnot to recruit people to go up against this, instead they rely more on like these sort of temporary mercenary contracts to contact all these other contractors who are, I guess, specialists in taking down demons for their work, right? Although, to be completely honest though, I feel like this is not exactly the best way to handle things. Like, I'm impressed a little bit by the fact that they do things so similar to how an actual government they sublease out their contracts and whatnot. They typically go through the same kind of process as well. You gotta have like a tender, a bidding process, and then to get the contract. But I don't think this is a very good idea in terms of life and death emergency situations like this one, where you clearly need like a rapid response force to go up against the demons, right? So hopefully they will kind of like alleviate the questions in the next few episodes, talking about like why they decide to use this kind of system to go up against the demons. Because these when we're literally, like, think about it, right? How would you feel if like your police force was instead like anytime you need to call the police, you needed to wait until the government goes for a bidding process to let the lowest bidder come in and handle the situation, right? Like that doesn't really make sense in these kind of emergency situations. So I'm really curious how exactly they're going to justify that, if they are going to at all. But I sure hope so, because this is part of the world building process, right? We're doing an original work. It's very important that you get the rules of your world straight. Everything has to have a reason. Otherwise, the entire thing falls apart, and we're just left scratching our heads and like, well, then why is this premise here in the first place, right? So I do hope they address that, especially because, I mean, the literal our little three main characters are working as this sort of like demon slaying company or office, so we need to justify their existence, right? So hopefully they will address that in the next episode. As for the rom-com aspects of this, I'll be honest, right now it seems more like Kisara is in and in. Like, is there actually any chance for Ayano to do anything? I guess, I mean, technically, since Kisara is a demon and Ayano is a human, maybe there's some ambiguity here, but certainly right now at this point, I feel like the odds are heavily lean towards Kisara's favor, right? So I don't really like that. If you are going to have like sort of like this triangle relationship or romance relationship, you gotta like have equal love, all right? You gotta put them, you gotta give them both a fair fighting chance and whatnot. But as it is right now, you definitely get the feeling that Kisara is, if there was any sort of like romance kind of conflict or undertone to all of this, there's definitely Kisara is in the front running, and way far in the front running, right? I mean, in a way, Shuu has already chosen, right? He chose to leave the company and start off his own job together with Kisara. So I guess that is that. But by the way, though, I think Ayano is a badass, and her looks, her abilities, the way she speaks. I mean, I'm sold on her. Like, I actually really do like this character very much. And we can clearly see that she still has lingering feelings for Shuu, right? So I'm not quite sure. Like, I believe I read in the synopsis that she was his ex-girlfriend. I'm not sure at this point if that is true or not. If it is, then maybe they'll mention it in the next episode or so on and so forth. But yeah, we'll have to see about that, right? And by the way, beyond that though, I'd like to talk a little bit about the animation and whatnot. And I gotta say, the battle animation, the action scenes were quite decent, all things considered. I actually especially liked the scene where Kisara and Ayano were fighting against each other, right? Like fighting each other, trying to cut and shoot at each other, but as a pretense, but actually managing to take out all the minions and whatnot. kind of a cliche thing and kind of ridiculous, but I did love that scene very much, and it was quite fluid as well, right? As was the ender there with them, with Kisara and Shuu teaming up together, Kisara taking care of all the demons, all the minions, and then Shuu delivering the final blow. I thought they could have done without the countdown. Like seriously. That is such a big strategical mistake, counting down so that the enemy can hear that, literally counting down, and they would have some time to react and try to stop whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? So, and I just feel like that was kind of forced and all that. They could have done that without the countdown, to be honest. I hope it doesn't become like a recurring theme, because I feel like it is quite ridiculous if they have to do this countdown every time they're going to defeat a demon. So yeah, and then I guess one other issue at the very end there is Shu's sort of weapon there, right? Like that one round pistol that he had, that one round gun. I'm assuming that this is not a series where normal people have like demonic powers or supernatural powers or whatnot. It doesn't seem that way. So probably anything particular about that shot is the secret lies within that gun, right? I will assume it's a family heirloom or something of that sort, because they made a mention of his father and so on and so forth. So I guess Shuu is taking after his father. This might be a family business, something of that sort. And yeah, I think that's basically the main points from this opening episode here. I did like the way that they chose to go through this entire bidding process in one. And by the way, I have to say, like, if this was real life and whatnot, those numbers are way too low. Actually, I'm thinking about it a little bit more. $100,000 to rent out like a team of 6 people, 6 operatives, putting them in life and death situations. No, that's not. If you add another like 0, then maybe we could be talking about this kind of contract here. Not to mention, like, they're using up so much ammunition and stuff. Like, 100,000, don't like at 30,000. Like, even if they give 35 to the Ayano's side, like their company, in order to protect to get backup, I still feel like that is way too low for this kind of situation, because it is in essence a sort of like mercenary contract, right? But hey, maybe it's not USD. Maybe they have their own sort of like credit system. I don't know. Let's just that's not particularly important. So let's just move on from that part. Is there anything I want to talk about here? Not particularly. I mean, like I said, I am intrigued, right? This was definitely went into a direction that I wasn't quite expecting, and I'm still not. What I'm still not really sure about, though, is how exactly this is going to become like a sort of rom-com, and especially since especially in the synopsis, they made a big deal about this is a 3-person kind of rom-com. So it's not just, like one main girl and whatnot, but Ayano is clearly still in the running or some sort. So I do hope that she gets a little bit more time to shine and maybe, has her moments with Shuu as well. I really hate it when series tries to throw in like a sort of a side girl when everybody knows that there's really no chance, but still put it in anyways. So hopefully they will be able to develop her character and give her some time to shine. I mean, don't get me wrong, Kisara's as younger as she is, right? I mean, she's still quite nice to look at and all that, and I'm certain she's quite cute in her own way, right? But I don't really want this to become just like a one-horse race. That's what I'm talking about right now. If there is a race in the first place, because since Kisara is a demon, I guess things are a little bit more ambiguous in terms of who is going to end up with who at the very end, right? We could have like a one big happy together ending, right? But yeah, anyways, beyond that though, color me intrigued. I do want to watch more, so yeah, I will see you guys next week as well. What do you guys think? Let me know, and hopefully I will be seeing you guys alongside as well in the next one as we unravel this particular work together. So until then, bye bye.